Hi everyone, Shona here. I'm just coming to you from my bedroom. Oh, what is going on here? Dreadlock escaping. Cool. So I want to speak to you today about setting up your new Herbalife clients and making sure they're set up for success straight away. When I was a client, my coach Tanae was still learning, and then when I had clients, I was still learning, and I feel like no one got set up properly. And in a business that is so duplicatable like Herbalife, you can really set someone up the wrong way and that can affect and ripple down your entire team. So I really want to do a live workshop tonight with my team, and then my daughter's 6, so it's not going to happen. So I thought I would video it today. So let's get straight into it. So this is what happens after you've already done a wellness evaluation. They've already picked their products, they've ordered them, so they've either arrived, you've picked them up from the warehouse and they're at your house, or they've been sent directly to the person if they live a little while away or interstate or something. So there's 2 ways that it kind of works. So if someone has received their products interstate, what I like to do, and this is just my personal opinion and what I recommend, what I've found has works for me. Everyone does things differently. So what happens is I place the order online and Herbalife sends it in their lovely Herbalife box directly to them. And then what happens is as soon as their order's placed, I post their personal workbook as well. So there's lots of different versions of this. Every team kind of has their own one, but it follows along the same lines. Basically, our one is it's the Bible. It's got all your measurements, all your tracking, all your information to really make sure you're going to be successful with your Herbalife program. What I do for every single client, if they're picking it up from me or if I'm posting it, I go through and I fill it out for them according to the goals that we've talked about in their wellness evaluation. So on the first page, you've got how to take the Herbalife program. You probably can't see it, but what I do is I go through and highlight all the products that they've ordered. So they may not have ordered a full program, or they may not need that for their particular goals. So I highlight what they have ordered and how to use it so that they can see that. Lots of helpful hints. Once again, anything in here that's relevant. If they're not drinking enough water, I highlight the section on water. If they need to watch their portion sizes, I highlight on that. If they drink 10 coffees a day, I highlight the section that says don't quit coffee straight away, just slowly cut back and introduce lots of water. So that's all your helpful hints. I just highlight what's relevant to them, but they're expected to read this whole thing anyway. I used to just email it straight to them, and then I realized no one was doing well on their Herbalife programs because they were all telling me they'd print it and read it, but none of them actually had. So if I do this is just like my no excuses kit. So if anyone in my team or any of my clients, Herbalife doesn't work for them, they know it's not because the products don't work, it's because they haven't taken them properly. And I know I've done absolutely everything I possibly can to make sure they're going to be successful. So on here we've got your suggested daily use, so you lose, maintain and gain. So I just highlight that section as well. So it's just really personalising it for them. Now, if they are in person, when they collect their products or when you deliver them, you'll be doing another body scan for them. You'll be taking all their measurements, their before and after photos. But if they are interstate or a couple of hours away, this is the chart, which is about taking their measurements. So it's all in here. It shows them exactly where to do it. So there's no excuses. Every client needs to take their before and after pictures, weigh in and measure. Non-negotiable. If they're not prepared to do that, prepare to fail. Pretty much. I get pretty hard with my clients now. If they are interstate, when they receive this particular sheet here down the bottom, all right, you need to fill this in and you need to take a picture and send it to me with your before and after pictures. And basically they don't get my help until they do that, because I cannot help them if I don't know where they're starting from, if I don't know where they're going. So this tracks, they fill in their measurements, and it's got helpful little reminders about like time to try a different flavor shake, time to reorder. So they're sending a photo of this screen to you every single week at their weigh-in week. It's got all their measurements and you can track it, because a lot of people, they'll do their measurements quickly on the way to work, and then me as a coach, I'll add it up and I'll actually track and get back to them with how they're doing. It's got things like start weight, goal weight in 30 days, in 12 months, how will I feel when I reach my goal? This is a really important part of visualization that wasn't in our old workbook, which I've added in. What's holding me back and what obstacles I'm facing. So this, sometimes I put hints in here, like if I'm posting this or I'm filling it out with them on the day, if I'm posting especially, and they've already spoken on our wellness evaluation over the phone about how unsupportive their husband is, I'll put in there, what's holding me back? Unsupportive husband. So they know what obstacles they're going to face. And then the reward as well. So that's a little treat for someone when they hit their goal. So every time they're weighing in and measuring, and, you know, some days they're seeing amazing progress and others day not so much, it's got all their information down here. So they keep track. They know what they're working towards and how they're going to go. It's also got one page full of some shake recipes. So depending on which flavour they've ordered, there's the vanilla, chocolate, berry and cookies and cream recipes on here. So I'll highlight the sections that are relevant to the shakes that they've ordered, just to make it a bit, it's really just making it as easy as possible for people. And then my daily plan for success. So this is when, by the wellness evaluation, I will fill out exactly what they have to do each day, including the times. So when I do their wellness evaluation, what time do you get up? Right, I get up at 6 o'clock. So, right, as soon as you wake up, you're going to have 2 cups of tea and take your supplements. Before 6:30, so half an hour, you're going to have your breakfast, which is either your shake, mud cake, pancake, etc., with your 2 scoops of Formula F1. So I literally write down what their day is going to look like, personalised to them. So if I've got a shift worker and they start afternoon shift but they sleep in really late, this timetable works for them because I'm writing it down with their times. You know, they might be having lunch as their main meal or breakfast as their main meal instead of the 3rd meal for the day. You know, some people might be on a weight gain system like my husband, so he has to have pretty much 6 meals a day. So it's different. Every single person's individual plan is different. It's up to you as a coach to actually show them what to do. So this has wake up, breakfast, breakfast sups, morning snack, lunch sups, lunch, afternoon snack. And also I've got a little section that says how much water they should be drinking a day. A lot of people don't realise, but you actually need 1 litre of water per 25 kilos of body weight. And chances are nobody's getting enough water. So I like to, because I've obviously done their weigh-in, I know how much they're weighing. I put their daily water goal. And then if that's usually a lot more than what they're currently drinking, it usually is, I add on there just increase by 500 mils each week, because that's going to give their body time to slowly adapt. The more water, the better you feel. Water activates our products. So, and then it's a little reminder on the bottom. Remember, you're never alone in this journey. You have an incredible coach who will be with you every step of the way and a worldwide community who want to help you succeed and become the best possible you. Are you ready? Let's do this. So that's the personal workbook. So this either gets filled out by you and posted to the client, which then they have to finish filling out and show you they've done it. Or if someone's picking up their products in person, I will sit down very excitedly and fill this and highlight it with them right in front of me and show them the bits that are relevant. So personal workbook. So every client needs to get that. Absolute no excuses. Don't do the emailing thing. They just don't do it. Trust me, it's worth the $1 you have to pay in postage to actually just send it to them. Plus, really cool, you're sending this to them. Pop in some information about any challenges that you're having, like our 4-week body transformation challenge. And then if they've only ordered like a shape up pack or something, protein bar, a hydrate, a lift off, they're just getting to try other stuff, and chances are they're going to upgrade themselves to these little treats that you put in. It's like a little extra bonus, a little goodie bag. So yeah, and you want to post that as soon as you can after getting their order to make sure they have that before their products arrive, because I know here in Adelaide our products get very quick. It's only about 2 to 3 days, so you want to make sure you get that out really quickly. What I do is I just have a whole stack of the personal workbooks printed, and then as I'm ordering, I'm just filling out and posting, so it's all worked really, really smoothly. So that's if you're posting to someone who's a little bit further away. And if you are someone's collecting in person, you're actually able to fill out their products and go through it all with them, which is really fun. Also, every single client with their first order should be getting one of these starter packs. It's non-negotiable for my clients, and it's your $15, and then they get everything they need. This is my no bullshit, no excuses pack. Non-negotiable. Everyone gets one of these with their first order. That way they've got a tape measure. So there's no that, oh, I can't measure because I don't have a tape measure. Boom. You've got a scoop, you've got a tablet box, you've got a shaker, everything's there. Starter pack. Cool. So when someone comes and you say you've gone to the warehouse, you've picked up their delivery, they're coming around to your house. Measure, weigh, photos. Before you start looking at any products, make sure you've got all those 3 things as a coach. Fill in their personal workbook with them, and then staple a copy of their Tanita scans and that on the back. So they've got a copy of that as well. Always keep a copy of their Tanita scans for yourself. And for me, I staple it to the wellness evaluation and then just file it away. So I've always got that. But you got their products. I'm not going to show you all the products today, but what I like to do to set up my clients is on the top here, you can see this is open because it's mine. It's my favorite. On the top, there's usually like a little white cardboard film. And what I like to do with my new clients is open it up and just write something cute on top. So like, I'm so excited. This is the beginning. Do something today that tomorrow your body will thank you for, and little things like that. So when they're opening their canisters, they just get that little extra boost that they know that they're definitely on the right track. Also, everything's laid out in the Bible, the personal workbook, about how to take your products, and it's actually all on the back of the canisters as well. But in my experience, even though you can write it there and you can say, check out the back of the canister, and you're even most of the time you're physically showing them how to make a first shake when they collect it, they still don't get it. So super easy. I just get a black permanent texter, and I cannot for the life of me find where the kids have put it today, so I can't show you. And I just write 2 scoops Formula 1 into 250 mils of liquid, not cow's milk. That's all I write on the front. So if they pick up the canister and go, oh yeah, I've got to have this shake thing, what do I do with it? It's right there. It literally says it right on the front. And I do that for everything. Multivitamin, 3 times a day, half an hour before food. Just write it on the front. Tea, half a teaspoon of instant herbal beverage into 250 mils of hot or cold water, 4 to 6 times a day. I will write it on the front in black texter. So there's absolutely no excuse. They've got the personal workbook. It's all written there. You showed them how to use it. They've got their starter pack, so they know exactly what they're doing. That's it. So that's the no excuses kit. If someone is interstate and they get like, let me know as soon as your products arrive. And usually they send you a message or something, and they're like, look at all this stuff I just got here. I'm so excited. And that's when you go, cool, I'm going to call you and we're going to write all the instructions out. So this is when you can call and check in and like, oh, what shake are you going to try? Or usually they've already opened it up and had some before you've even got to call them, which is fine too. And then it's like, all right, go find a permanent marker, pick up your canister of F1, and this is what you're going to write on the front. And you get them to write on the front so that they know. So there's going to be no questions, there's no doubt in their mind that they know exactly what they're doing. So what happens then? They've got their products. They're all set up for success. So now you just have to be the most awesome coach ever and follow them up like crazy. So this is when, if you've got a new client starting, open your diary and put in every single day in their first 7 days, contact Susie, contact Sally, contact John when he's starting, right? And every single day, you're going to keep in contact with them at least once a day. At an absolute minimum, say you're interstate traveling and everything, you need to be contacting them on day 1, day 4, day 7, 14, 21, 28, at a minimum once a week and 3 times in that first week. Why that is important is because if someone starts on the product, say they've got a vanilla, and their first shake, they have it with soy milk and they don't like the taste of soy milk, and they have 2 scoops of vanilla and half a banana, and they're like, they just can't get it down. It's not the right taste for them. If you're not contacting them to be like, how are you going? They're just going to go, oh, this stuff's disgusting, I'm not having this. Well, it's not disgusting, it's just that they haven't found a way to do it right, or they may have been using it slightly wrong, So the difference between you following up and them not following up on day 2 or 3 or 4 could be them falling off the bandwagon or staying type of thing, right? So if you buy a thing of toothpaste from Coles, no one from Coles calls you up day 4 and says, hey, you enjoyed that toothpaste, do you like it? And you're like, oh, actually, no, I don't. No one ever does that. But with Herbalife, we do, because we actually genuinely care about you getting results. We want to help you. We're all the type of people that just want to make other people feel better. So day 1, 4, 7 at a minimum. Personally, I like to check in every day or every second day, and you can usually judge the type of person and the type of responses that you're getting, whether they want that every single day or every second day. But at a minimum, day 1, 4, 7. Absolutely no excuses. If you get to day 4, at the end of day 4, and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning and you've forgotten, you need to be up super early the next day and you need to get in contact with them. And when I say follow up, it's not like, hi, did you have your shake today? Because number 1, boring. Number 2, they're going to be like, yes. And then you're not really getting that conversation. You're not really building that rapport with them. But so what you do is like, oh my God, day 1, I'm so excited. How did you make your tea? What did you have with your shake? That's not a yes or no answer. So you don't want to ask the questions that can be answered. You don't want to ask questions that you can answer with a yes or no. You want to get them talking. You want to get them communicating. A really good one, day 3 or 4, how's your bowels feeling? How's your tummy doing? Because a lot of people by then their body's probably going through a little bit of a detox. How are you feeling? How is your head feeling? Have you got any dizziness or anything with the detox yet? You want to get them actually talking about their body and what's happening. And then usually most people by day 7, they're contacting you to let you know how they feel, which is what you want. You don't want to have a client that every week you're dragging information at them. How are you going? Please, I want to know how you're doing. They're just like, that's fine. That's great. If they're doing awesome. And then usually what I do, you keep following them up, giving them awesome follow-up. You're scheduling to have weigh-ins with them, or you're inviting them to your 4-week challenges. You're sharing recipes and stuff with them. Really good. Since you've done the wellness evaluation, if you've got someone that struggles with sweet cravings after dinner, contact them after dinner and be like, hey, I'm having a Herbie Choc. I thought you might like this recipe. Give this a try. You're helping them in times that they actually need help. You know what I mean? So follow-up can take a little bit of a chunk out of your day. Usually it takes me about half an hour each day to do follow-ups, or I have a big lot each week. It takes about an hour and a half. But it is worth it. There is a fortune in your follow-up, and you need to take care of your customers. You need to treat them like absolute rock stars. I'm going to say something here that might piss a few people off, but in Herbalife, we're all about customer care. We treat our clients like rock stars. And even if you might be a VIP and you might be taking money from people to get orders, if you are not prepared to coach them and to follow them up and, give them the type of service they deserve, please stop getting clients. You're just messing up for the rest of us. Because a lot of us, we do genuinely care. And waking up in the morning contacting my clients is one of my favorite parts of this job. Just hearing their progress is incredible. But then also working with them in really tough times when they have had that entire chocolate cake to themselves, or an entire box of profiteroles, Alex. Oh my God. Working through them in that time in a really non-judgmental, supportive way is incredibly rewarding. So if you want to be a Herbalife distributor but you're not prepared to take care of your clients and do the follow-up, just because we are all about client care and follow-up. So that's my little video on how I set up a new client, and especially focusing on that follow-up is really important. You can set them up fantastically, but if you're not actually following up with them, what was it all for, right? Cool. So I'll be posting another video. Hopefully hubby and I will be filming our how to do a wellness evaluation video shortly, because that'll be really good. That really ties in with what we're doing here. So making some shakes and explaining the Ultimate Program as well. So I hope that's given you a couple of little tips from someone who's done it wrong so many times. I finally have a way that I love doing, that I work, and is getting some incredible results. So have fun.